football captain at Parsippany Hills. He is only 7, but the school says Reese is worthy of the varsity title. His fight with a deadly cancer inspiring players, fans, and everyone else around town. Our Jason Kahn reports.
Sean Reese has every reason to smile. He's helping his family put together their next childhood cancer awareness event, a personal cause for the 7-year-old whose days haven't always been a thumbs up.
Perfect, healthy kid, and, met every milestone, and so many families I've met since then, their kids were either misdiagnosed or, they went to doctor after doctor, looking for an answer because they knew something was wrong. That was just not the case with us. He was just perfect and healthy, no sign of anything at all wrong with him until he had a seizure on a Thursday night, which we weren't even sure it was even anything. It was such a minor, non-event on a Thursday night, and by Monday we were signing consent for brain surgery the next day. It was just we were just not prepared.
So tell us a little bit about Team Sean, how that all came about.
So Team Sean really started right after he was first diagnosed, and it was really just kind of my friends, my family that was just helping us try to navigate, when he first got sick. He was literally perfect healthy kid to brain surgery in 5 days, just that fast. And friends and family that were here, everyone just calling around, calling doctors, trying to find, get us appointments and get with the right specialists. And so we just sort of we just stumbled on, it's a great team we have, team effort here. And so Team Sean, and then kind of our motto for team, we put team in all caps, and it stands for Together Everyone Achieves Miracles.
And then now the Children's Brain Tumor Family Foundation. That's something that you got together with other families? Am I reading that correctly?
Yep,
okay.
Absolutely. We were first told, his tumor was inoperable, and we just didn't have a lot of great options for him, honestly. Given the location of his tumor, doctor after doctor was just no, surgery's not a good option for you. And so we finally ultimately found a doctor at Sloan Kettering that found a safe way to kind of do this 2-stage surgery, and probably 3-4 months before Sean was diagnosed, had started a research program at Weill Cornell Medical Center because he had privileges at both hospitals. And so he started this research program called the Children's Brain Tumor Project. And like I said, literally just launched in November. Sean's diagnosed in February. So kind of over that first year, we kind of got him through, through surgery, got this treatment going, active surveillance, scans every 3 months, things are stable. So then it's okay, what can we do, and how can we support this research so that, the next family that's diagnosed has better options than kind of the lack of options that we were given. Chemotherapy with, brain tumor kids, you have to give such high dose chemotherapy for them to break through the blood-brain barrier that a lot of them can't even get through the whole course of treatment because it's just too toxic to their bodies, or you give them heart damage.
At the end, I had to get pokes in my head, and that really hurt.
I said, it's so wrong, and I learned so much that first year of how underfunded, childhood cancer research is. And so I started doing some things, and we kind of were past needing, a lot of medical support for Sean, but still kind of doing some fundraising stuff. So all the money that we would raise then, kind of as Team Sean and our little grassroots effort, we would give to the Children's Brain Tumor Project to help support the research that his doctor was doing there. And so I met then 3 other families who also had children either treated by these team of doctors at Cornell, or just also kind of wanted to support the research there. And so none of us were really wanted to kind of take on a foundation on our own, because it's a lot, but kind of having a bigger voice as a group of families seemed to make sense to us. So 3 years ago, we kind of joined forces and formed the Children's Brain Tumor Family Foundation, again with all the monies that we raise going to support the research. So yeah, we have a website, www.cbtff.org, and you can designate to Team Sean to support there, or if you anyone that knows another family or child, you can donate in their honor. And we're an all-volunteer organization. Every penny that we raise goes directly to the doctors for their research. So his tumor is really, really rare. It's not one that less than 1% of the kids diagnosed with a brain tumor are diagnosed with the kind that he has. And so there's no kind of standard protocol for treating him at this point.
After multiple surgeries, most of it is out, but not all of it. For a while, it prevented him from playing his favorite sport, football, but it didn't stop him from joining the Parsippany Hills varsity team as their honorary captain.
This is a young kid going through something that no one else will understand. So it really doesn't do the justice. I mean, what he goes through is 20 times harder than what anyone else has to do.
Awareness is so important, and to me, like, it's important letting the kids know, right, this is something they can do. Like, this is their fight. It's their friends, their classmates, their brothers and sisters that are facing this disease, and it's something that they can do to help. And so that kind of, started in 2013, and just had great support, like always, for Gold Out. It got bigger and bigger. It was the whole league, and then the high school got involved, and so it's really grown, and it's been great.
Anytime you could bring a kid like that and get him involved in a program, it's only going to lift his spirits and lift really the whole town's spirits.
For the second straight year, the town comes together for a Gold Out, the symbol for childhood cancer. Sean gets the full game day experience.
It was very exciting.
Just seeing, again, as I mentioned before, the smile on his face as he went through that experience, it was really I was very grateful.
Taking the field now is our own little Vikings cancer warrior and real-life superhero, 8-year-old Sean Reese. Sean is a lineman on our third-grade pre-clinic team this year, and he has been battling a brain tumor and kicking its butt since 2012. Sean is the inspiration behind the start of our Gold Out initiative, and his mom, Brenda, is a tireless driving force that keeps it going and growing. Last year, the Crooks family was one of the recipients of financial support from the MCYFL charities. Support that was a great help to them as Claire's twin brother, Connor, was in and out of the hospital receiving treatment for an aggressive brain tumor. Each of the balloons Sean and Claire are carrying has the name of a child that has faced cancer or a message of love and support for these brave warriors. Claire is carrying a special white balloon just for Connor. Sean and Claire will be releasing them in honor of the fighters who have won. The super brave still battling like Sean, the heroes, Connor, who are in heaven, and the 46 children that will be told today that they have cancer, and the 7 that will lose their lives. Let them go.
Since February, when his tumor relapsed, again, like, just people came out and like, what can we do? What can we do? And so it's just been like amazing.
All right, guys, I'm here at the Parsippany PAL, where the Dover Boxing Club is training some of our police officers who are not just in Parsippany, but throughout the area, who are going to be competing in the upcoming PBA Local 131, which is the Parsippany PBA. The fundraiser that they're holding September 1st for the fight against children's cancer to support Team Sean, who is a resident of Parsippany battling brain cancer. Was diagnosed in 2012 at the age of 4. I'm going to post some of the information on how to donate if you want to, and also all the details for the fundraiser. We're here at CrossFit 973 in Rockaway, New Jersey. Detective Dan Sacap is one of the fighters. Elvin Giordano, one of our patrolmen, is also fighting. So Dan just got done training with Chris Campbell, who owns CrossFit 973. And as you can tell, sweating a little bit. I'm sweating just being outside. It's about 90 degrees outside. So how often do you train here?
3 days a week.
So is that the average routine that you do when you're here 3 times a week, or do you do like?
No, he changes it up every time. Right now it's a lot of conditioning, upper body, legs, stuff like that. Dr. Jekyll changes it up each time, and each time it gets worse.
Okay. And any formal boxing training or anything like that?
With Ed Leahy at Dover Boxing at the PAL.
Right.
He does a lot of stuff.
So how did it get started with the fundraising with Sean?
My son used to be involved in Little Vikings. I know about Sean being involved in Little Vikings, and then I recently last year found out that his cancer came back. Right. So I know the cost that was involved in that, and so we decided to do a fundraiser with Boxing.
Dan called me up and said, hey, like, what can we do to help? And this is an idea we had, and it just sounds like a really great, amazing event, and Sean's excited about it.
Looking forward to the fight?
Yeah, should be fun. I know we're going to vote to raising some money.
As the police department, we're looking forward to the fight because we kind of want to see you get
punched.
Yeah, right. We want you to win, but we're going to take pleasure in some of it.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Yeah. So, well, thanks a lot for coming out here.
Yeah, thanks.
And everything. We're going to post this up on YouTube, and hopefully we'll get some sponsors. If they're looking to sponsor, what do they have to do?
Contact PBA 131. You can contact the police desk. Ask for me. I'll send out sponsor forms. All the money, every penny we raise is going to the family, helping travel expenses, treatment expenses. They got to take off work. So all the money is going directly to the family. So we'll take whatever we can get.
Okay. And of course, that information is also up on our Facebook page. So if you haven't done so, go ahead and like our Facebook page. It's Port City Troy Hills Police Department. And that's it.
We got cops from all over the country training here. I'm looking for my main man, Danny the Faker Sakala. When are you going to show? Across the 973 in Rockaway, New Jersey. As you can see, I'm soaking wet just from watching these guys working out. That's Chris Campbell, the owner. They're training pretty hard for the fight. So, like I said, it's about 90 degrees out here. I'm dying. So I'm going to turn this camera off, let them get to work, and hopefully we get some sponsors, get some spectators coming to the event September 1st. You can find all the information out on our Facebook page.
So that fall rolls around, and someone had given us tickets to be able to bring him to his first NFL game, so Giants tickets. And people we didn't even know, like, had made this donation. I didn't know anything about Mark Herzlich's story of being a cancer survivor when we went to that first game. And so then I started reading more about Mark's story of how he was diagnosed with cancer when he was junior year in college. Came back to beat it. And like after the game, where the seats were, we were right by the locker room. So Mark, came out after, and Sean's got his little Herzlich jersey on. And so he was so kind. He came over and like met us and signed his jersey and took some pictures. And
the Giants linebacker developed a relationship after hearing about his story.
He came over and he wore my helmet that I kept from the Super Bowl, and he said, I just wore Mark's helmet. Now I can do anything.
He told me to never, ever give up.